So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes this Washington 14, Ravens 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. You know, you know.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always tells me before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And 10 at the 25.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Henry on the carry.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Henry, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Derrick Henry.
Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
He was brought down at the...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down now, it's Henry, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Henry. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Ravens.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
You got 3 down. You got tight. You got tight right there. Kill. 70 Lions. Warriors 70.
They'll throw now on the final play. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Down at the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Switch. Check 9. One switch. Back to 60. Flat. Trap 60.
Hurts. Completion here to Claypool. And some room to work. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool with his first career NFL touchdown. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Henry.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And a Raven 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
A gain of 11.
That's what love to run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
11 on the play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run. Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
He was brought down by...
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Henry
at the 42-yard line.
He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Derrick Henry on the
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Well, this is caught by Jackson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Complete.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
On the play. And the Raven first down.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He'll want it. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
But first down, Hurts. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That is Moss.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Rush in. Rush in.
2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here I come again. Right 40. Check. He's coming. Watch the screen.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him, let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On second down, it's Henry.
Derrick Henry.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
That's the end of the third.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jump, shit. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Rolling to his right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And this is caught and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21.
Makes the score Ravens 35, Washington 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
On the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Ravens 35, Washington 28.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
Second and 11. Off the play fake, Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
They run the counter. It's Love. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the tackle.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check. Check. Lock it.
The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check it out, read. Check it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man here. Sims complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 12-yard touchdown run. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And those 3 rushing touchdown games in this league, you know darn well, those are hard to come by. They're becoming even harder.